All right, so the kids are all done school for the summer, but Ontario's newly appointed education minister has a lot of homework ahead in the next few months. Stephen Lecce joins us this morning. Thank you so much for coming in early.
Appreciate that.
Let's talk about a lot of catch-up, because we were joking over commercials saying there is no break for you.
No.
You do have a lot of work. I want to talk about the grade 10 curriculum, which is great, which was just introduced, talking about financial literacy, because that is getting positive feedback.
Absolutely.
So stepping into this role, it's got a lot of pressure with it.
Yep.
How do you feel as the newly appointed minister taking on all of this?
Well, first off, I will say it's great to be here. I came here before I was appointed to the ministry. It's nice to be back, and good morning to all your viewers. I'm very humbled. I mean, I recognize there's 2 million young people in the province of Ontario that I've carried for. I find that very sombering, very also rewarding, because the future of our economy, of our democracy, of our nation is really in the hands of our educators and government members and our parents working together to give our young people the tools they need to succeed. I came into this really because I ran, about a year ago on a message of generational change. I want the next generation of young women and men to step forward in our country. And I think it's very empowering that the Premier has decided to put myself in this role, generational voice, an inclusive voice, a modern voice at the table to stand up for them. My mission in this role is very focused on helping young people attain the tools they need to get a job. What I'm finding is, as we mentioned earlier, young people in the province of Ontario in this country face a stubbornly high youth unemployment rate. And I want to give young people the tools, the confidence, and the resources to get good jobs in the marketplace. That's a huge issue for many families and parents, and it's an issue I'll champion in education.
And that comes with some very early steps. And as part of the curriculum, you told me just a couple minutes ago, you will be releasing something coming up when it comes to the math curriculum.
Absolutely. We've needed to update our math curriculum for several years. We're trying to put a greater focus on mathematics. We appreciate the creative industries, the arts as well. But in our system in Ontario, we really have not emphasized STEM. Science, technology, engineering, and math, financial literacy as well. So we put a huge emphasis on that to help give young people monetizable skills that they could bring into the workforce.
When is that announcement coming out?
Well, I'm not going to announce it this morning on BT, but I promise you it's happening in the coming weeks. We're going to be updating our math curriculum. We're going to modernize it. And the lens I'm applying to the ministry is really putting a labor market focus. I want young people, when they go through the journey of learning, to have a seamless transition from the classroom into the workforce. And I think that's the challenge a lot of young people face. They learn these abstractions, but they don't know how to apply it. And more applied knowledge in the classroom, a more experiential learning, and obviously life skills, soft skills. These are things that I know young people want, and parents are insisting that the education system delivers.
Now that's looking ahead to September. I want to talk about what's happening right now. A lot of teachers who are watching right now, support staff, a lot of things up in the air when it comes to contracts, negotiations. Where does this all stand, and what's happening in the coming weeks?
Yeah, my message to educators and to staff and to parents and students alike is one of cooperation. I come into this role with no bias. My singular mission is to make sure young people have the tools they need to succeed. In September, they'll be in the classroom, and I know that that's where they belong. And so the mission over the coming weeks and months is to work with our union partners. The fact is, yesterday, on the second week of my ministry, I sat down with a variety of union leaders. And then the first day, when I was appointed, I called all of them. I want a deal. I want to work with them in good faith, and I want parents to know that I take the role seriously to drive that predictability that they seek. At the end of the day, the mission, the metric of success is making sure there are young people in the classroom getting the best curriculum, the best education they can, ultimately leading them to the best job in the marketplace.
Okay, so we're hoping any scheduled meetings face-to-face?
Yes, I had some yesterday. I have more today. The goal is to complete them over the coming days. But I thought in the second week of my ministry, it's important to do that. And just yesterday, I announced that financial literacy component, which I was proud to raise in some of those discussions. But the fact is, we're putting an emphasis on giving young people the basic knowledge to succeed in a modern world, including how to budget.
Yeah.
Leadership.
There's a lot to discuss. There's so much. That's why you have to come back.
Yeah, well,
come
at
back when
6:30 in the morning, you're going to have to...
More coffee for the minister. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming in.